I was sitting here in this coffee shop that I'm in every day of my life, and in walks this man, and I'm like, wait a second, is this John Butler? Is this the guy from the video I saw 10 years ago, the brilliant guitar player who I've kind of listened to ever since here and there? And then I sit down and say, hey, and here you are, in the flesh.
Yeah.
You got a show tomorrow.
This is William.
Yeah.
Where are we? We're in Three Ships.
Three Ships Coffee in Virginia Beach.
The best coffee in town.
That's right. That's right. It's a place to be.
It's not paid advertisement.
It's not. Okay, so I wanted to hear from you. You've been doing this a long, long time. You've traveled the world probably a number of times at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine that would get tiring. As cool as that is, like I know it's cool, but I'm everyone thinks that's cool. But I imagine that there's a party that's like, can I just stay home? I don't know. Like, what's it like to do that for so long, to keep playing shows and to keep doing the thing night to night?
If there wasn't the shows, I would definitely not do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the shows, and it's all about the shows. Mm-hmm. But leaving home is really, really hard,
mm-hmm.
and it gets harder. I find it gets harder. That's the actually weird thing is as I think as you get older or you do things more, and I don't mean age, I mean the longer you've been alive, the more you appreciate friends and family, and you realize just like people say it all the time on their deathbed, the only thing that matters is family and friends and good times with your people. Mm-hmm. And so when you leave for 5, 6, 7 months a year, mm-hmm. like you're gonna have good times with some other people and they're really good, so picking your crew is like essential. But you're away from your family and your friends, and and sometimes sick family and sick friends and all those things, and that's tricky. Yeah. And all I can do is hope that how do you say this? What I miss out on being away, and what I lose, I gain, or I give more on the road. Yeah. I think it's more about giving. If I can go on the road and hopefully make this world a better place, then it will be worth the sacrifice. Yeah, right. And if it's not, then I'll just stay home. But I kind of, that's how I feel like I can justify it because of that, because I go out and we go out and we make good things happen, and I spend it with good people. Yeah. But it is tiring. Yeah. And I carry a whole bunch of I carry a whole bunch of knickknacks to make me feel at home. Mm-hmm. I set up an altar every day. I have candles. Like try to set up a space that actually feels like there's a home. So I bring my home everywhere with me.
That's great. You talked about people like having a crew with you. How much of that is in your control? Like when someone's like, or when you're like, I want to do a tour, or I don't know, you get booked for a tour, and how much control do you have over who you bring along with you? Like,
I have all the control.
You can invite your buddies and be like, come on.
And a lot of times this is about availability. Right. You're always trying to pick good people. It's like, I think what I've also learned is like if 10 is like the best you can be at something, I'd rather pick a solid 8 and a good pusher. Good person. Rather than a 10 and a dickhead. Now I'm lucky that they're all 10s. They're all 10s and they're all nice guys. That's great. And nice guys and gals. But you have to be able to pick that. Mm-hmm. And the chemistry is really important. What do you do? Like, what is your thing? You going to school? I see a whole bunch of books.
I'm a wedding photographer and trying to be a musician. Okay. Yeah. So that's. Well,
just in your line of work, then even just like working with people at weddings. Yeah. You can have a great gig if they're nice. And they're cool. Yeah. Or if they're like absolute like. Bridezillas or groomzillas or whatever they call them. Yeah. You're like, okay, this is going to be a hellish day because these people are not nice, and like nice people make the world go around.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Shit people, bomb people.
And I've been grateful to work with a lot of awesome people. Okay, so tell me, like, for you got a show tomorrow.
Which you're coming to. Which
I'm coming to, and I'm curious, like, day before, what have you learned is like, what has been some like bad practice for you? Like the show doesn't go well, or I get burnt out, or you get, what's bad practice for you on like your day off versus paint me like a good day?
William and the questions, man.
I'm sure you had to learn this.
I literally just met him. Like, this is so amazing.
I'm sure you learned this early on, because I'm sure early on.
Yeah. Okay. So, I smoke, and I have to, like, rock and roll has kept me healthier because I can't sing and smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, strangely. So
Interesting.
Before a show, I never will smoke.
Wow.
I never smoke, never drink, no drugs.
Really, you gotta stay.
I'm just such a lightweight that if I do any of those things, I'm just like, and I can't sing. And I've been on stage and not been able to sing. And once again, being away from all those people you love, and so I'm gonna go away and do the best job I can, and then to get on stage and be crap and not win that crowd over, it's like, that's not worth it. So I learned that really early on.
Yeah, so that doesn't work. Okay.
That doesn't work.
So then what does work? What's good? You're at a coffee shop, you came in for some coffee.
You get good legal drugs.
Yeah, good legal.
No, lots of water.
Yeah,
lots of water.
Okay, yeah.
Meditation.
Heard that.
Exercise.
Yeah.
But also for me, I've started to realize space.
Yeah.
I need. There's so much exposure on stage and so much like.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Yes. I need the exact inverse. To regain my energy. So the other night, for example, I had a day off, but I sat on the sidewalk and I had a glass of wine and just listened to music on the sidewalk. And I did that for like 3 hours, and I was just like, and I felt so much better afterwards. And I need those things. So I learned that, and then I learned. I think the other big thing I'm learning throughout life is regulation. You know, as somebody who's a boss, a band leader, a performer. Lead singer, lead guitarist, and a cohabiter with 11 other people on a bus.
11 on a bus, okay.
Yeah, like on a submarine.
That's crazy.
But you have to really learn how to regulate and know yourself. You know your mental landscape enough to know, oh, somebody's needs space right now. Oh, okay. Oh, or they're a bit grumpy. Oh, that's not because I did something wrong. It's because they need space because we're living on a goddamn bus and all that kind of stuff. So you start learning. Yeah, I've just learned how to kind of regulate a bit more. And when I get anxious, because I do get anxious, and I do, I'm somewhere on the spectrum of a lot of things. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I can make that mean something if I'm not careful. I can be like, oh, I'm feeling really sensitive. Oh, it feels like everybody's grumpy with me, or I feel like I've done something wrong. And then if I think about that too much and I'm not regulating, the whole world can change. And the next thing you know, I just got this shit pair of sunnies on, and everybody hates me. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. And I have to remember all those things are stories. And everybody has their own story going on, and all I can do is regulate myself, and then and not make things mean shit. Like, oh, that person's not talking right now. Oh, they may be mad at me. I often do that. Like, something's going on, and I make it about me. It's not about you. It's actually not about you. Regulate yourself, and so you learn that on the road. But I think you learn that in general in life. And, that's really important.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, no, totally. And that I've got to follow up on that because I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for things. I was just talking to a guy who had made like one project with a band, and we were talking about how even it's really easy to burn other people out because you're, as an artist, you got a vision, you got things you're trying to do.
And there's an intensity.
Yeah, there's an intensity because you want it to be right. How do you kind of temper that with like not, burning other people out? Or
I mean, I've failed and succeeded over and over again. The first trio I have, we were all young, angry, passionate, good men. But we were kids, and we were like, and we did and said things that were amazing on stage, and we did and said things that were not amazing. I've learned that even up until like some of the last incarnations of the trio, like learning how to regulate myself. I'm an intense dude. People are like, oh, he's chilled out. It's like, God, really? How did you get that? I talk to my family, and they're like, that guy is not chill.
Not chill. John Butler is not chill. That'll be the title of this video.
I think a mixture of PTSD, ADHD, anxiety, picture. creates a hyper focus at times and a hyper vigilance that can be a superpower, and at the same time can be a kryptonite.
Yeah.
And I can and so I try to watch my communication, to watch my tone. And try to remember that just because something happens in my brain, then make sure that it makes sense as it comes out of my mouth. Because I can say shit and it makes sense to me, then people are like, what did he mean by that? So I'm really fascinated by semantics, that you can say something and somebody can interpret it a completely different way. And so keep your communication clean, once again regulate, and I think what I'm starting to learn just recently is be more vulnerable. I think sometimes I feel like I have to be, as the leader, all together, and sometimes I need to go, oh yeah, I'm really freaking out about this, and are you okay? Did I do something wrong? And are we all right? And can I do this better as a boss? Can I be a better boss? Or a better friend, or a better band leader, or a better co-musician, or a better bus liver with you. And I think that's good. But I mean, it comes with the territory that there's an intensity to what we do, and there's an intensity to what I do, because I lead it. But how to do that without burning people out? It's such a good question, because I think I have. I think I've burned people out. I'll take total responsibility. I've burned people out, but also the job burns people out.
Yeah, totally. It's an intense job.
8 to 10 months a year for a decade can, not everybody wants to do that, So even more reason to regulate it. If you're going to have such an intense life, make sure that your mental and verbal hygiene is as best as it can be. And you'll never fully succeed at that, but try. Do
you feel like
try to adult your best.
Do you feel like there's been a freedom in, I'm curious, and you might say I don't think about it this way at all, but in it seems like there's a freedom in not taking yourself so seriously in some ways, even with a show being I wonder if it's freer to be I'm just a guy playing the guitar and I hope somebody resonates with that. Not I'm going to change someone's life tonight. I wonder if it frees
you're kind
you.
of breaking my heart, because it's it's kind of like we were talking about before. Expectation is the worst thing for creativity. Expecting to be good. I want to play really well. I want to be really good. I want to get there. I want. And so many things in life don't happen because you want them. They happen because you allowed the space for them to happen. So that is a full Zen fucking question, and a lifelong journey. And I'm by no means anywhere close to that. But when I expect less out of things and just go up there and go, hey,
here I am.
I play better.
But
I'll be the first to say that because of being away from everybody, because of the things that are going on in the world, because the fact that you and your time is really important, and when I have your attention, I want to fucking
that's right.
I want to honor your time and honor my fucking time. And that's really hard to then separate expectation.
Right.
How do I want to be worth your time, worth my time, and then at the same time you're like, it doesn't matter.
No, but that's good, because that's still others' focus, which I feel like is freeing too, being these people all showed up tonight, so I'm going to do as good of a job as I can. That's freeing, rather than I'm going to be so great, I feel like there's a freedom there to be I just want to serve you guys and make sure this is great. I think for your fans, to hear you say to me, even just intuitively, my time's important. I'm already wow, that's a good sign. That's a great thing, because,
There's a million and one things you could be doing. A million and one things. I learned that from busking on the streets. When I played on the streets,
interesting.
Everybody who crowded around me was not planning to crowd around me. They were all going to be somewhere else. So I tried to shred to get their attention, but I tried to shred to kind of to be worthy of the of changing their plans. That's essentially what I'm trying to do, is change people's plans from going to, from scrolling or whatever else, to kind of coming to what I'm doing. And man, you could be doing a million and one different things that are really cool, really important, with really cool people. So fuck, if I got you here, cool. Let's You know, can I give you the chills?
Yeah,
Can I
right.
at least let you go away with
That's
some
right.
little bit of magic? And
Yeah,
wonder,
that's right, that's
and
right.
hopefully you give me a little bit of that too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. that's a shame, but that's good.
Okay, my turn.
All right, bring
Okay,
something
so
on.
you play Taylor guitar.
I play
awesome
Taylor
guitars.
guitar, yeah.
You play in open C.
Most of the time right now, yeah.
C, G, C, G, C, E.
That's right.
Okay,
You're
cool.
on it.
And where did you come across that with Led Zeppelin or who?
No, I don't know like anything about classic rock or anything like that.
So where did you come across
yeah.
that tuning from?
Gosh, I don't know. There's a worship artist called Phil Wickham who plays a lot of open tunings. It's really great for worship music because a lot of times it's like, at least in America, it's a lot of like dude with guitar singing. So open tuning lets your guitar basically, you know this better than anybody. It lets it be a whole band, you know, because you can play bass and you can do lead lines, you can do all this stuff at once, and so for like the worship vibe, it's really great. So a lot of the music I was listening to and still listen to is worship music, and so anyway, I think that's probably where I picked up. And then Mumford & Sons learning like open D, and then he's playing, or Dadgad, he's playing a lot of.
Oh, he's playing Dadgad,
a lot of times, and I think from there just sort of fell in love with.
Okay, and you fingerpick as well as strum?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, both.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna write down a tuning for you because it's one of my favorite tunings.
Okay.
It's C. Oh, that's a G. Oh wow. C, G, D, G, B, D.
Okay.
And you play it mainly off the G string.
Okay.
But then you can hit that low.
Mm-hmm.
It's
okay.
sick.
So you're kind of
Yeah. So there's a song of mine called "Losing You."
Okay.
You can check that out.
It's in that tune.
And it's in that tuning, and that's a fucking sick tuning.
It's great.
Tuning.
It's so great. Because to be handed a tuning is a real treasure. Because you gotta dig for these things. They're not easy to find.
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
Oh,
that's a really cool one.
That's awesome.
Because your classic blues or country chords, G, D, G, D, C, D. So you can actually do all your like little lead breaks.
Yeah.
And still be hitting all the different chord changes on the bass strings.
Yeah.
Sick.
So cool. So is this where you are a lot of the time now, or
No,
you
I'm mainly in your C tune.
Oh, you in C most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I learned it from you then. Maybe it was just Ocean. Like maybe that was the first time I was like,
who knows?
Yeah, that's crazy. Because is Ocean in C?
Yeah, Ocean's in C with the capo on the fourth fret.
Well, like C tuning. Yeah. That's crazy. And one of the things too that blew my mind too is when you can. We're getting real technical now. We're talking very nerd now, but when you can, there's like with those open tunes, you're kind of stuck because you like say you're trying to play in I don't know, like B or something in a C tuning. You got to like move your capo, but you can also use your I guess like fifth string as your root note. So like in C, that'd be your G string can be your root, and then you've got that. Then all of a sudden you're like 4 chord is on the bottom, and it's such a cool vibe too. It's not as like open tuning feel, but it's cool that was like unlocked a lot for me when you can move stuff around. Oh, I was just gonna say, what's the new album and what do people need to do?
We're gonna take William everywhere with us because he's like our best PR guy ever. There's a new album called PRISM. It's out.
Okay.
PRISM is out in September.
Okay.
And some singles.
It's coming out in September.
Coming out.
All right.
There's
So
2 singles.
Unreleased. Let's go. 2 singles out.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, Tripping on You and So Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a new vibe for you, or is it like new waters, or does it feel pretty like?
It's kind of new.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like I haven't thrown the baby out with the bathwater. But there's some newer kind of production that I've been kind of working on, and I worked on with a great producer named James Ireland.
James Ireland, cool.
Have you ever heard a band called Pond?
Pond? No. Maybe. Yeah, but I don't know him. It's like ringing a bell for sure. But yeah.
So he's in that band.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with it. I've like been able to listen to it months after finishing it and going, this is so good. So yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Exciting. All right, PRISM.
What's your last name?
Leighton is my last name, but as an artist, good memory. As an artist, I'm William Sumner, which is my middle name.
William Sumner.
Which is my middle name.
Okay, so this is William Sumner. We just met him at
Three Ships Coffee.
Three Ships Coffee. Super passionate, lovely individual. He's also an artist, so check him out. William Sumner. He'll be probably tagged somewhere in this. And thank you for your time and your thoughtful questions.
This was great, man.
That was so unexpected.
Say it.